Gertrude Braithwaite.
I'll kill you!
If you ride out to Braithwaite Manor and drift past the grandeur, past the horses, the main house, the flowered garden path, and keep heading straight toward the edge of the woods, you'll find something that doesn't match the rest. It's quiet, overgrown, and just barely tucked out of sight. But it's there. A chained wooden outhouse, nailed shut like it's holding back. Something evil. Inside that shack is a girl named Gertrude Braithwaite, or what's left of her. Gertrude was the daughter of Catherine Braithwaite. Yes, that Catherine, the matriarch of the entire plantation. And if you pay attention, the game quietly hints that something about Gertrude wasn't right from birth. Her face was deformed, her behavior was erratic, but instead of seeking help, the Braithwaites made a choice. Lock her up and hide the truth, and the mystery is also around that truth they wanted to hide. See, the Braithwaites were obsessed with legacy, with purity. The game doesn't outright say it, but if you connect the dots, the isolation, the attitude toward outsiders, the way Gertrude was treated like a stain, it suggests something darker. Inbreeding. A long-standing Southern family, isolated and prideful, willing to do whatever it took to keep their name clean, even if it meant sacrificing their own. Gertrude's deformity and madness were covered up rather than treated, possibly due to the shame of inbreeding. And this isn't just some rock star fiction. In real life, this mirrors the horrific case of the Colt family in Australia, a reclusive group discovered in a remote valley where 4 generations of incest produced severely deformed and mentally impaired children. Just like Gertrude, many of these children were hidden away from the world, isolated in huts with no schooling, no medical care, and no contact beyond their immediate family. The authorities found at least 40 inbred individuals, born from a bloodline that began with a brother and sister and continued through siblings and cousins marrying each other in secret. The result? A horrifying collapse of both mind and body, and a legacy that was never meant to be seen. Rockstar never confirms a direct link, but the resemblance is chilling. A disfigured daughter, a hidden shack, and a family name so obsessed with pride they buried the shame alive. They didn't just lock her away to protect their name, they buried a secret too ugly for daylight and let it rot, sealed behind wood and blood. The strange counting patterns.
1, 2, 3, 7, 6, 4, 5, 11, 2.
Gertrude Braithwaite might just be the strangest person in the entire game, and the creepiest part, she never leaves her prison. You'll find her chained inside an old wooden outhouse behind the Braithwaite Manor. No quest marker, no explanation, just this locked-up figure who suddenly jumps at you when you peek through the door. And after the initial shock of her appearance, something even weirder happens. She starts counting, but not in any normal way. Her voice stutters through long, jumbled sequences. 1, 2, 3, 7, 6, 4, 5, 11, and then later, 1, 2, 10, 1, 3, 5, 8, 13, 14. Sometimes she repeats, sometimes she trails off, but the numbers always feel too specific to ignore. Now here's what makes it a real mystery. These exact sequences show up in the actual game file. If you're playing on PC and dig through the subtitles or audio asset folders, these strings are written out exactly as she says them. It's not just ambient mumbling, it was intentionally written and placed by Rockstar. So the big question is, why? One explanation is that these strings might be placeholder lines, maybe some kind of debug labeling system. But if that's the case, why give this much attention to a minor, hidden character? Why go through the effort of scripting these exact sequences? Another possible angle is that the numbers were part of a scrapped quest or cutscene, a leftover from removed content that was never finished. But even then, the way these numbers repeat, the way they're structured, it feels like something was meant to be solved here. Something buried deeper in the design. They're not gibberish, they're not random. They're just still waiting to be cracked. She wasn't just rambling, she was counting something that still hasn't added up. The mysterious shape.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We already talked about the numbers Gertrude mutters, long, jumbled strings that make no sense at first. But there's another mystery hidden inside that one, because when you actually stand there and listen, really listen, something strange starts to happen. Over and over again, she tries to count 1 to 2 to 3, sometimes she'll make it to 4, maybe 5, and then she loses it. The pattern falls apart. She either restarts, jumps backwards, or repeats herself. And no matter what sequence she starts with, a long one, a short one, the breakdown always happens around the number 5. Now at first, that just sounds like someone with with a broken mind. Maybe she's trying to remember how to count and failing, but it's too consistent for that. This isn't random stuttering, and it's a loop. Like her mind's hitting a wall at the exact same spot every time. Like something's stopping her from going past 5. And that's where this turns from a mental quirk to something deeper, something darker. There are 5 outhouses in Butcher Creek. Not 4, not 6. 5. Each one has tally marks carved into the wood, 1 through 5. And if you visit them in a specific order, their placement on the map reportedly forms the shape of a pentagram, a ritual symbol, a sign of something supernatural. So what if this isn't just a coincidence? What if every time she tries to count, she's bound to something she doesn't understand? Like 5 isn't just a number to her, it's a barrier, a curse. And each time she hits it, her mind snaps back like it's been shocked. She doesn't stop at 5 because she forgets. She stops because something won't let her go any further. The mystery of outhouse facing. There's something strange about where Gertrude's outhouse is placed. At first, it just looks like another random corner of the Braithwaite property. But if you stand behind it and really look, the direction it's facing isn't random at all. It's aimed directly at Butcher Creek. Now, that place already carries its own darkness. You've got the 5 outhouses there, the weird tally marks, the eerie way the townsfolk behave. People there act off like something's gotten inside their heads. And here's Gertrude, miles away, locked up tight and staring right in that direction. So the mystery is, was this on purpose? It's not just about geography. The way Rockstar set up this scene, the door sealed from the outside, the hole in the wood that she lunges through, and the exact angle of the shack, it feels like there's intent behind it. Like they wanted players to notice that line between her and Butcher Creek. One possible explanation? Gertrude's condition might have started because of that town. Maybe the Braithwaites saw something in her that reminded them of Butcher Creek. The same kind of sickness, the same strange behavior. Locking her up wasn't just about hiding her. It was about keeping something in line with that place, facing her toward it like she was tied to it in some way. And what's really sticks is that she's the only character in the game sealed up this way. And the direction she's sealed in? Straight at the darkest town on the map. They didn't just lock her up, they pointed her toward the source, like she was meant to watch it, or warn it. The possession and mental illness.
Oh, I'll fuck you! Oh, you know I will. Ah! Asshole! You just stick your finger up her ass. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Something about Gertrude Braithwaite doesn't feel like a simple case of insanity. You hear it the moment she starts speaking. Her voice drops into this low, guttural tone, nothing like the usual NPCs in the game. She screams, she growls, she spits out curses, and then she starts reciting numbers, over and over. Not like she's counting something, more like she's stuck in a loop she can't break out of. Now, you could chalk it all up to mental illness, and that's probably what the Braithwaite family told themselves when they locked her in that outhouse. But there's a darker angle here that makes things a lot harder to ignore, because what if it isn't just madness? Her behavior lines up with something that's been hinted at in other parts of the game, something spiritual, or even demonic. There's that moment she calls her own cousin a bitch just for standing near her door, the twisted laugh, the sudden silence, and the way her outhouse is completely sealed from the outside, like they weren't just hiding her, they were trying to contain her. Then there's the pentagram angle. We already talked about the 5 outhouses in Butcher Creek forming that ritual shape, and her own shack, it faces straight toward that direction. That's not a coincidence, not with how she acts. And the bigger question is, did Rockstar mean for us to see her as mentally broken or spiritually marked? There's no clear answer. But in a game full of secrets, Gertrude might be the one character who blurs the line between madness and something much darker. She wasn't locked away just to be hidden. She was sealed, like something dangerous trying to get out.